Let me know if you can hear me. I think I just muted myself. But yeah, put in the comments. Let me just see if you can hear me first. Let me just try and play. I just don't want it I don't want to go the whole thing again. Yeah, right, you can hear me. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what it is? I had the stream on the laptop and I've muted it then. But as I was saying, as Daniel said, we got over the line. That is the most important thing. Um, that was so stressful towards the end. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the first half wasn't particularly great. It was very boring, very predictable. I do think we have a lot of work to do, but we must enjoy this victory because Nottingham Forest away is so difficult. And apparently, the last time we won there was 1999. So the last time we won, I wasn't even born. That is an absolutely crazy stat there. I mean, it has been a while since we've won. But yeah, do you know what? Let me talk about the positives from the game. Obviously, Jesus scored that fantastic goal, and I thought it was a really good throw in from Zinchenko. And the way, Jesus slid that ball through Matt Turner's legs was so lovely. It was just such a great goal. It was a very cheeky goal, but you know what? He deserved that for his hard work. I think he did have a good game. Um, but Jesus did have other chances in the game where you look at and you think you've really got to be scoring that. Um, yeah, it's true. That feels like such a long time ago. Um, but it's just obviously great to get that win. We know how important it is. I think going to the game, we did have to win. If we would have came out with a draw, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have been too happy with that. I knew that it was a must win for us. Um, but yeah, I knew it was going to be a different type of challenge this game because Nottingham Forest away it's one of those games where we just struggle. Um, but yeah, as I said, Jesus obviously assisted Saka's goal as well. I thought that was a really good goal from Arsenal. The second one was absolutely fantastic. Um, yeah, so Jesus also hit the crossbar too at first. I knew when we got that first goal we would be off, but it was getting that goal to get us that confidence. But yeah, I thought it was a really good build-up play from Odegaard to send it wide to Jesus, and then obviously Jesus passed it perfectly and waited past to Saka. And Saka's not been scoring for a while. There has been a lot of questions about him, and I think he's really needed that for his confidence and to keep people quiet because I know rival fans are kind of, giving it to us about Saka because he has been a little bit more quiet. I know that I think he only scored one goal, 6 goals actually in the league. So yeah, we do need to see more of that. But this was a goal that he needed today for his confidence. And also, it was really good to see Smith Rowe get the opportunity to play because Smith Rowe hasn't really been getting those opportunities to start in the games. And I feel like for me, that's exactly what he needed for his confidence. And really happy with him. I think he did have a good game, and I think it was really good that Arteta brought him off in the 70th minute because you could recognise that Smith Rowe was getting a bit burnt out at that point. So I do feel as though that was the right thing to do, and I'm really happy Arteta recognised to do that. I think it was a really positive thing from Arteta to take. Yeah, completely agree. Really good that Smith Rowe got that opportunity because there has been questions. I've had my questions about if Smith Rowe will get game time in the team, and Arteta's starting to give him that now, which is absolutely what we need to see. So I'm really delighted with that. We never really got going. Yeah, the first half was quite difficult, really. I was trying to be patient and trying to see, keep my judgment for like the half time, but it just felt like we were back to how we played before that break we had. It felt very predictable, like it was just boring. We were very slow. It was a very frustrating half of football. Our passes were very too slow. They did need to be a lot faster. Um, so yeah, it was quite disappointing, really, to be honest. But other than that, I do think that the second half was a lot better. I think that's what we needed. But I was really worried about in the second half if Nottingham Forest were going to nick it at the 70th minute, because there are so many chances you'll get in the game. Like at Liverpool, we had plenty of chances, and when we didn't take them, um, Liverpool won that. And that's what happens if you don't take your chances, you don't win. So I feel like we've really, we're learning, and we definitely have to take them chances. And obviously, we've got a massive game coming up in Liverpool. I'm really nervous about that game. It's going to be really difficult. I know Mo Salah's not going to be fit for that, but yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be tough, but it will be at home, and I know at home we are a bit different, which gives me that optimism that what we can give it a go. It's going to be really, really tough. We've had questions about Smith Rowe for sure, but we are a very, yeah. I get what you mean. I think we've had to give it time, and Arteta's starting to give him more time, which is exactly what we need. So I do feel a bit more optimistic about Smith Rowe's future. Arsenal hopefully will stay with us. Hey there, lovely to see you in the chat. Good win, first time Arsenal. Good win, first time winning a City ground since 1999. I know, isn't that absolutely crazy that we've not managed to win there since then? Still Arteta out. Don't see us winning the league or Champions League with this manager. Not the guy for me. Smith Rowe's good today. Yeah, and that's fair enough. People do have their questions very much about him. I'm just seeing what happens at the end of the season. I'm just curious to see how he will go. But I know people have their questions, and we have spent a lot of money, and that is a problem. And I looked at the squad today, and when we played in the first half, it's so obvious we need a striker, and the January transfer window shuts tomorrow, and I'm like, just sign someone. Like, it's not going to happen, and it should be happening if we want to challenge. So yeah, it is a tough one. I do understand your frustrations, I can't lie, and thank you so much for leaving a comment. It's lovely to see you. It's always nice seeing new people in here, and old faces too. Listen, I'm not very patient, but I had to be in that first half. God, yeah, that is absolutely crazy that we've not. I can't believe we've not won that. I mean, I know that in the FA Cup they have knocked us out. That really did hurt me that time. It was just a terrible game from us, really. But yeah, we've always struggled, really. I know last season, at the end of the season, we struggled to get a result at Forest. So I do think it's a ground where we just really, we can't win. But today we won. I did think towards the end that they were gonna actually, get a draw out of it, because it was at that point where the referee just wouldn't blow his whistle, and it was driving me crazy. It was a pretty frustrating end. But as I mentioned, about us lacking quality in front of goal, like in the first half, we literally had one shot on target and we had 81% possession. Like, if football was about possession, we would literally win everything, because we always do have a lot of possession. That's always what we've been good at. We're just not very good at taking our chances, creating. Felt like when we got into the final third, we looked a bit like we're not lacking ideas, but we were just struggling to think of things to do in the box, because they were quite defensive, and that was a good thing for them. They showed that they've got that quality, but it was just so tough to break them down and get through them. So yeah, I do think this game was always going to be really tough. But yeah, I think us having so much possession and not even being able to take those chances, it was definitely a frustrating first half. But I think for me, we will have those ones. I think we are different to what we were last season. We're not the same as we were, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. But I do want us to see us bring more signings in soon. But for now, I'm very much taking it game by game and to see how it goes for us. Niall, lovely to see you in here. Thank you so much, and thank you for all of you for helping me reach 2K. It does mean an awful lot. I'm so grateful. Hey, hope you're okay. Lovely to see you in here. By the way, I had a small chocolate buttons Easter egg today. Too soon? No, it is never too soon. Don't worry, I've been having a few mini Easter eggs too. They're so nice. It's like it's in the shop. Like, I can't stop. I love chocolate. Yeah, definitely a good win for us. I think the word I'd use is probably important. I think if we hadn't have won, I do think our confidence wouldn't have been great. And um, yeah, even though Jesus, had a few chances he could have scored, I just saw when that ball went in the back of the net, I just did not care how we won. I think we've really got to win in these type of games. Um, thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. Thanks. Sorry for like, thank you. But yeah, listen, I think it's a very, very important win for us. I did think it would have gone the other way, like the Liverpool game, considering how it was going for us. I just felt like we had so many chances going forward, and then we just were hitting the crossbar. We just weren't having much luck, and I felt very like deflated, if I'm being honest. Like it was definitely a frustrating first half. In my preview I did speak about the game, and it, I did expect it to be like this. It's a completely different challenge to what it is to Crystal Palace. It's a different game. It isn't going to always be this easy. Crystal Palace, no respect for them, but winning 5-0 in this game, we were never going to really do that. But I knew when we got that goal, we would, get more goals. Our confidence would grow, and we really saw that in the game when we got our first goal. We just couldn't stop scoring. And though we could have scored a few more, but listen, I think on the counter attack we were quite threatening. We did have a lot to offer, and I think that's the most positive thing to take from the game. And also, Partey coming back soon will be another good thing for us. I did expect to see him in the game. I know we did find this news out. Um, but yeah, I did hope for this would happen. But let's hopefully see Party on the bench for our next game. We've got Liverpool coming up on Sunday, which for me is going to be a massive game. And I also do actually really hope Arsenal can give Klopp the reception he deserves, because whatever the result is, he deserves so much respect and admiration for what he's done for Liverpool. So I do hope we will give him that credit. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, because when it's like in your last season, you'll really want to do well. You'll want to do that for your manager. So I do think they'll be so determined to, win. I know they've got Chelsea soon, and we want to close that gap. So I think a win against Liverpool would be like the right thing for us. It'd be a great result. Phil says the first half we just didn't seem to make the effort to break them down and seemed content passing the ball about. Yeah, it just felt like the Arsenal we have seen in our last few games. It felt very like kind of like just a bit boring. Like, we weren't passing with much, intent. We were just very like, passing the ball too slowly. It was just very predictable. Like, and it's not obviously what we want to see. We need to move things up quicker, and when we get in the box to really make things happen. But I just knew, when Arteta was running into half time in the dressing room, I just knew he was going to say stuff to the players, because let's face it, we have to be playing much better than what we were. But I'm happy. I think that second half is something I can be happy with, and know that we did, concede that goal when it was a bit messy at the end. But you know what? I do feel very content with that. I think winning is definitely the most important thing. This is actually a really, really good question. Would you pick Jorginho for Liverpool? Well, I think the players we had today did well, especially in the second half. But I think I would, because I know Jorginho had a slip up when he played at Spurs, but since then he has done really good. So I feel like with Jorginho, he offers you that balance in midfield, and he does complement Declan Rice when he plays. So I feel like I would like to see that, but whether or not we will see that is a different matter. I don't think we will see that. I don't know if Arteta really is going to play him. Um, but yeah, I would like to see Jorginho get a chance. I very much think he is underrated, and offers a lot on the team. I know he came on at the end, and it was quite clear to see he was there defensively to make sure he's keeping the ball so we don't give it away and concede another goal. But yeah, I would really like to see him. I do think he does deserve like more chances. I know Arteta doesn't really play him a lot. Um, I mean, the midfield today I thought was good, as well. Havertz coming on. I thought this was a really good game for Havertz. I thought this was his type of game to play in. So yeah, I do think it'll be interesting to see the lineup for the game. I thought Trossard, when he came on, he looked really good. He had such an incredible chance. If that goal went in, probably would have been maybe goal of the month. Like, it was so good. Incredible opportunity for him. But yeah, I think the lineup will be very interesting. Obviously, Saka's scored a goal that he really needed today for his confidence because he has struggled. He has, he's done good things in games, but his chances haven't been quite accurate, on target. They've not really been what we expect from him. So I do feel as though hit that goal will really be good for his confidence going forward. Um, Lineup will be very interesting. It would be good to see Martinelli against Liverpool. But yeah, I do think Trossard would be good to have him come in. I think he's really good. I really do like him. But I kind of like him as a sub that comes on that makes that impact. But you know what? I'm going to be very interested to see the lineup for that game because yeah, I know we do have a lot more, other games to come. I know we've still got to play Man City. I know there's like United, Chelsea, and Spurs. There's a lot of top six games coming up, but I do strongly feel as though we've really, got to pick up this form, and we've won 2 games in a row, which would be really good for confidence. And yeah, I feel very optimistic right now, and I think we've got to just enjoy this win. And it was a really difficult win, and that's a really positive thing to take that we've actually won in such a difficult game today. So I do feel very proud of the team that we've managed to get this win because I know in recent years we probably would have struggled to get this win. So that's something that I do feel very proud about. I think Raya could have done better on the goal. Do you? You know what? I did look at that and I did think it's a goal I would expect you to save. I did look at that and think that. Obviously it all happened so fast when they were on the counter attack. Defensively we could, but I also probably would expect him to save that. I agree with you there. Do you think he could have probably saved that? It's a bit disappointing he didn't save that, but I didn't think that he had an awful lot to do. I do like in the first half, we didn't give Matt Turner an awful lot to do, and Matt Turner, don't get me wrong, he had a great time at Arsenal when he played, and I will always appreciate that. But I do feel as though he is the weakness, not in Forest. When you put him under pressure, when you make chances, it makes it difficult for him. So I do feel like him there is a bit of a weakness, and I'm just glad we got that money for him. But yeah, I do feel like he is a bit of a weakness for them. But I just knew when we took our chances and when we gave it to them, it would have been, difficult. And I just think in the first half, we definitely should have challenged him more. And but you know what we did in the second half, and that's what we should be happy about. That's what we should be talking about because when Jesus scored that goal, I just didn't get how it went in. It was absolutely incredible to watch, go through his legs. It was um, a really good goal, to be fair. Do you think we are strong enough to get the win on Sunday? So I have my doubts at the moment as we don't have them as fired up as we were last season. Yeah, a really good question, and I do get that point. For me, going to the game, I do feel a bit apprehensive, nervous. I mean, I know they don't have Mo Salah, but we have recently played them. And if it's another one of these games where we have tons of possession, we're doing tons of things right, but we just can't finish our chances, then it's going to be another one of those games where they will take their chances and they'll win. And it is a very frustrating game because sometimes we're actually the better team. When we played Liverpool in the FA Cup, I did think we were better than them, but because they took their chances in the second half and they had players they could bring on to make that change, they won that. So I feel like it's obviously great we won today, but I don't have a lot of confidence because I've seen that we've really struggled to kind of break them down, score goals. First half especially, it was very lackluster, very slow, quite a bit boring. So that gives me fear going into the game, but I do very much think there are positives to take that we've obviously won. I thought Jesus had a great game too. And yeah, I think, like I said, Saka scoring as well has definitely helped us. But on the counter attack, I thought we looked really well, especially Odegaard. When we had that, when Saka scored a second goal, he was a big part to play in that. And yeah, I do think we've got a good chance. I'll be interested to see the lineup. I don't think we should change too much, but as someone mentioned before about Jorginho coming in, I think that'd be a good thing. I think it would give us that balance in midfield to help us go on and win that. I think we've got to win. It would be a really good win for us because it will close that gap between us and Liverpool. Which is exactly what we need. I mean, the title right now could be anyone's really. Could be us, could be Man City. Teams drop points along the way. Man City have dropped so many points so far. So you can't really predict right now who it is. I said I think Liverpool have got a great chance. They're probably a bit better at the moment. They've probably got a higher chance than us. But, the title race is on for anyone. And like I've said before, I'd rather us have to slip up now than have it at the end of the season where we can't change things because, it's always frustrating at the end of the season where there's 3 games we lose that we need to win and we can't change it. So I do feel as though I'd rather this happen now so then we can, find a way to come back from this. We are over 20 games in, and I still think Raya hasn't been over tested apart from his Luton. Yeah, it's I do think today with that goal we could have done a bit better, but I won't beat him up too much because he has had a lot more better performances. I think the Anfield one, the one, um, against Crystal Palace, keeping that clean sheet, and overall he had a good performance. So I can't really complain about that. But there has been a few questionable games that he's played in. I've not really loved his performance. He could have done better. There are times where you think Ramsdale would have done better. But you know what? I think against Crystal Palace, he really worked well. He did really well for us. And I know when we played Liverpool at Anfield, he had a good performance then. So he is well enough to, be at that level to play against Liverpool. But we know Brentford and Arsenal is a different, it's competitively, it's very different. We're obviously fighting for the league, and Brentford aren't really in that position. So, yeah, I think I very much said I'm going to see it in the season, assess how I feel, and I will see which goalkeeper I prefer because, we love Ramsdale, we've got that connection with him, but I do want to be fair and reasonable and give Raya that chance, really. Um, Hey Callum, hope you're okay. Thank you so much for your support. Lovely to see you in here, and we'll definitely get something sorted out soon so you can come on here. Good win for us, nerve-wracking at the end, but a win is a win. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. Like, as long as we get those 3 points, that's all that matters for me. I'm happy with that. To me, this goal we conceded is somewhat reminiscent of the goal we conceded against Luton near post. Yeah, it does seem like that goal, doesn't it, that we did. It seems like it's happened again. I mean, yeah, I do think Raya could have done better there. But it's a difficult one because we went to well on it now. If we would have drawn that game, we would have probably blamed Raya a lot more. We would have spoken about that goal. Who could have changed that? But yeah, listen, I think he could have saved that. It's a goal that I think Ramsdale would save, but I don't want to compare them too much. But yeah, it's a difficult one really because I do think like you can save that. It's not really that difficult. I mean, I'm not a goalkeeper expert, but it does look like it's a sort of chance Raya can get. Raya seems like a steady Eddie, Mr. Average, but I'm still missing Ramsdale. I think some of Raya's performance don't look average, but then when he makes the mistakes, kind of makes them look like that. I know the Luton one, he had a really bad game. Like, I don't know if sometimes the atmosphere can affect him, if he's at a big away ground and it's a bit much, but you have to get used to that as a player. Ramsdale really loved that hype. He loved doing that with the fans. He loved giving it back to the fans and having a laugh with them, which is something that he obviously really valued at Arsenal. And, I do think will Ramsdale leave this summer because we need money? Probably. It'd be devastating to see that, but I know we need money. We need a striker this summer. I mean, we need a striker like in January, but it isn't happening anytime soon. Would love to come on whenever you'll have me. Yes, we will definitely sort something out soon. We could do video about previewing the Liverpool game if you were up for that. It'd be dead good to have you on. So yeah, we can sort something out. We can do a preview, review, whatever is best for you. And to those that are watching as well, please do not forget to hit the like button for me. Do subscribe, as it's really lovely to chat with you guys in here as well. I wasn't actually going to do a live stream, and then I changed my mind again because I love interacting with you guys. I do. It's so much fun. Um, I'd sell almost anyone to keep Ramsdale. Yeah, I think for me at the moment, like I've accepted that is probably not going to, it will come to an end eventually. Like I do accept that because he's not really been playing, um, which I do want him to play and get more opportunities, but the manager's decision is what he's, deciding, and I know we can't change that. So I just accept that Ramsdale will be off in the summer. We need money at the end of the day, and that's what we need. I would keep Ramsdale, but he wouldn't want to be a second choice goalkeeper, and he shouldn't have to be. Like, he's good enough to be more than that. So I do get the point of that as well. And he'll probably have that chat with Arteta at the end of the season about his future. And considering we're only in the Champions League now and the league, I don't see Ramsdale really getting many other opportunities. I think in the cups, we would have gotten those opportunities, but because we're out of literally both of them, it does suck. But yeah, I don't expect, unless Raya gets injured, I don't really see him, getting any more opportunities, which is sad to say because, we love Ramsdale. We want him to do well for himself, but I couldn't bear it if he went to like a United or a Chelsea. Like, it would be really painful to watch. So I think as long as he goes to a team, maybe out of England, I would definitely support him, encourage him with his career. And, for England, I'd love him to see him as my number one. And that would be really good for him. Yeah, we'll definitely sort something out soon. It'd be so good to chat with you. I always press like first. Oh, thank you so much, Phil, and thank you to all of you as well that are listening. I love answering all your questions, and a big thank you for helping me get to 2K as well. I'm gonna do a giveaway actually soon. I'll probably do it on my Twitter, but I'll post it on everywhere. So, but yeah, I will give something Arsenal related away to you guys. To thank you all for your support. It does mean so much to me. It felt like yesterday I was just on 1K and now I'm on 2K. So thank you so much, guys. When you couple it up with the second goal from Spurs we conceded this season, where Raya got caught wrong-footed there as well, you could see a pattern with him having a weak spot at close range. Yeah, I do kind of worry with Raya. There are certain goals that you do see him repeatedly make mistakes. So I do think for me it is a bit of a worry that, he does, if you look at goals he's conceded, they're sort of like the same goals. But yeah, I won't beat him up too much because, I do think as much as he didn't keep the clean sheet, his performances have been starting to get better. I just think, I'm just glad he's not putting in the Luton type of performances because they were pretty poor from him and disappointing really to see. I mean, it's hard. I know he's came to a new club and he's really challenged Ramsdale. I didn't think he would ever take over fully. But yeah, this happens in football. It really does. Things change. Players move on. Players get replaced. But it's hard because Ramsdale just signed a new deal like last season, I'm sure, and he's literally going to be leaving the club probably. It wouldn't surprise me if he left the club. So it's all just happened like so fast. I'm surprised, but it is what it is. We can't really change it. It's the manager's decision. 2K will be 20K. If I ever got 20K, that would be incredible. But I'm very grateful for what I have now. But yeah, I think today was massive for us for this victory. We really needed it. I was so nervous going into the game because, like, we won 5-0, but I didn't think this game would be like a walk in the park. I knew it would be very difficult because, they're down at the bottom. They want to get as many points as they can. And also, let me just talk about Luton winning. What did they win? Was it 4-0? Like, that is absolutely crazy. So, Nottingham Forest are at a position where they need to get as many points as they can. That is crazy. Brighton lost 4-0. I can't get over that. That is absolutely mad. That is really, really crazy to think. I did not expect Brighton would, lose by that many goals. Actually, Fabrizio reported the start of the window that Arsenal would sign via permanently this window, but he's got it completely wrong, maybe due to the FFP. Yeah, I do think. Yeah, I do think we're going to sign him. Probably, permanently now. Because I don't, Arteta probably wouldn't have had this much faith in him if he wouldn't have wanted him fully. But it's hard because of the money situation. I think in January, I really did want him to sign, you know, a new deal, but it's obviously, yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. I think with Ramsdale, it's just surprised me. Yeah, I know. I thought that as well. It's probably it'll be to do with the money situation. And now so many people. It's hard going live. I like to watch people's streams, but I just like to go in there have a chat as well. Um, yeah, I think the goalkeeper situation. It's very much like I've accepted it now. It is what it is. We can't really change it. Because that's up to the manager right now. But yeah, I look at Arsenal with the goalkeeper and I do feel like, Wright is a good goalkeeper, but I just don't feel like, I just don't imagine him, in a Champions League final up there. He's good, but I just want to see him, perform his best. But yeah, it is a bit of a difficult one because I do feel like Ramsdale has better qualities than him, and like people have said, the goal we could have really saved today. We didn't have like an awful lot to do. Because defensively we were quite solid, we were putting really good blocks in and defending really well. So that definitely helped Raya having that defensive unit in front of him. Um, but yeah, I think I'll reserve judgment until the end of the season, see what I think then. Um, yeah, I think you come to a point where you just kind of accept it. You just kind of get used to the fact, football changes. When your manager makes a decision like this, you can't really change his mind. It's very much, Arteta, when he's made his mind, you can't make him unchange it. Um, Okay, this is going to be interesting, this one. A fun question for you. Who was more invisible, Smith Rowe or Havertz? Um, you know what, Smith Rowe, I think he did a good job today. I think he obviously he's really wanted this opportunity for a while, and it's been happening for a while. We've really wanted him to get these opportunities, but obviously when he came on, Havertz. I mean, I was happy to see Arteta give him that chance. I think he did okay. Um, but I probably go. I think Havertz didn't really do as much. I think Smith Rowe definitely has more of an impact. Yeah, he does. Like Smith Rowe brings us this energy. He's very lively, and yeah, I just feel like he was helping us really transition forward in our play, and really happy Arteta gave him that chance. I think it was quite a bold move for Arteta to actually do that, and I think sometimes it'd be good to see Smith Rowe start more, frequently over, Havertz. But I get, we have paid a lot of money for Havertz, so we do need to play him so he can score goals. But yeah, today I would definitely say that Smith Rowe was good. Havertz, he came on, he tried to make things happen, but he probably didn't have much of the impact he wanted it to. But yeah, I think at that point we knew we'd won. I mean, when we were 2-0 up, I was quite comfortable that we were going to win, but then they scored, so it makes it more difficult for us. Um, it's like having a really fun girlfriend and then settling for someone else. True. Yeah, that's what I love about him. I think that's why us Arsenal fans really admire him, is because when you watch him, you feel excited. You love football. He brings you this energy, that we really lack sometimes. He brings us something different to the other players, which I really do like about him. Um, so that's what I think's an amazing quality that he has in this team, and I'm really, excited to see more of him. Um, yeah, I can't wait to see more of Smith Rowe this season. I do think, Arteta brought him off in I think it was like the 70th minute. So I think it was good that Arteta realised he was getting a bit burnt out. He was getting really tired. So I think for Arteta to be able to recognise that is a really good quality, and something that I do feel quite happy about. Um, so yeah, I think, hoping to see more Smith Rowe in our next coming games. Probably don't expect him. I don't think he'll play against Liverpool, but if he came off the bench in like the 70th minute, I'd be very, very happy with that. Hey Ryan, lovely to see you. Hope you're okay too. We're all very excited to see Party back. Yeah, I feel excited, but I do expect him to get injured in like a short amount of time, because he will literally, play a few games. He'll be so incredible, probably our best player on the pitch, and then he gets injured again. So I feel like I'm expecting him to obviously, hopefully, not get injured. I don't want him to get injured. I want him to keep staying fit. And I think, when Declan Rice is in the team party, we are very different. We are much better. We play so good. So I do feel as though, yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be good. Hopefully, he'll be on the bench against Liverpool. It'll feel like a new signing. I'm not going to lie. He's been out for such a long time. I can't even remember the last time he played. So yeah, I'm feeling really excited to see him come back. I think we've really need him. I think we're at the moment now, it's January. We're not going to sign anyone. Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't see it happening. We've got a day. Like, are we really going to do anything? Probably not. We do have players that can obviously make an impact. We've obviously got, we've got Smith Rowe. Depending on who we play, we've got Trossard, we've got Martinelli. So we do have players we can bring on, but we obviously need a striker very much. It is very obvious we do need a striker, so fingers crossed. Yeah, it's a weird one. Like, I'm excited, but I'm also like, I do expect him to get injured again, because it happens. He misses a lot of game for us, so I feel very like it is what it is. I do expect him to be injured soon, which is it's annoying. I don't want him to get injured. Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Declan Rice is our best midfield. Yeah, that midfield is just something else. Like, when they're together, we are a different Arsenal. We're at our best level. But Partey has been out for such a long time. Like, I just feel like in the summer, if we did sell him, I'd probably accept that, because he does get injured a lot, and we need a player to bring in that could really help us. I mean, it would be hard to find someone on Partey's level because he's so good. But yeah, we need Partey not to be injured, please. Again, if he was here for the rest of the season without any injuries, then that would be really good. But then that's probably me being unrealistic, because injuries happen. I also hope Jesus doesn't get injured again. Because today we really learned how important he is. Like, I know that he had that chance that he should have taken to start off with, but he kind of redeemed himself by scoring that goal to set us off in the right way, and then assisting one for Saka. So, yeah, I do feel as though it'd be good to see us, get a good result at Liverpool, and our players, hopefully Partey can help us for the rest of the season. Partey did put a very decent fitness test last season by his standards. Maybe we'll see something not dissimilar the rest of the season. I do feel as though with Partey, like last season, he was there more, but this season, it kind of felt like a new signing. Yeah, I just feel like he's probably going to get injured soon. It's hard having really injury prone players. Um, but yeah, let's just see how the season goes. Fingers crossed he won't get many injuries. I hope not anyway. So Chelsea versus Liverpool, who hoping wins? I mean, I never want Chelsea to win, but that result would be really good for us, because it does close the gap. I mean, if say Chelsea won against Liverpool and we beat Liverpool, that would be absolutely incredible. That would be a really good result for us. It's going to be hard to beat Liverpool. I know we're at the Emirates without Mo Salah. I'm pretty sure he's not playing. It does make it a little bit better for us, but it's still going to be difficult no matter what. So yeah, I think a draw or a loss would be a perfect result for us. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this will go. Oh, that'd be brilliant. I really hope so. I think Obviously, I want a win against Liverpool, but I think if we manage to get a positive result out of it, then that's what matters. I do think we owe them a little bit of revenge, them knocking us out of the cup. I think that's exactly what we need, for our confidence going forward. It would be really good if we beat Liverpool. It'd be pretty impressive if we did, because we did beat them last season, and it's probably what we need going forward. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream in a few minutes. I'll answer a few of your questions before you go. Before we all go, I'll be back again this week because I'll probably chat more in depth about this game. I usually just like to come on and do a little bit of a live reaction to the game. But you know what, we won. We can be happy with that. We can't complain, really. I mean, I can't complain. I'm happy. 3 points is 3 points. I said going into the game, as long as we got them 3 points, then I'd be very, very happy. I wouldn't complain, really, because, it doesn't really matter about how we get them for me in this game, because we've not beaten them at the ground since 1999. It's been such a long time. Mikel spoke about his project and Arsenal being his team. How do you feel about that? I think with the rumour that went around about Arteta leaving, it made me think about Arsenal for Arteta, and I just very much see him in our future. I know people have questions about whether or not he can be successful for us, whether or not he can win us a league title, a Champions League, if we got to that point. But I do think it's the right time. I think if he left, he's kind of leaving us in a situation where we're not really there yet. We're much better than what we were. We're still, trying to compete. We're trying to compete for the best. So it would put us in a bit of a difficult situation. So I do feel like it was the right time for him, to sign that deal. So yeah, I do. I mean, I know nothing's sort of being spoken about like he's doing it yet, but we know that it's going to happen soon. But yeah, I feel very happy about what he said. I do like him. I just hope we can bring more success to the club. I hope we can get some more silverware. But I do feel like he is a part of our future, and I do feel like we are going to be successful under him. But I know these things take time. The season has been a lot more difficult for us. But yeah, I think I'm going to see what happens with the contract. I mean, it's hard to say when is the right time to sign one, but I just feel like it does feel like he is the right man for us at this moment in time, because we are rebuilding. Look at us a few years ago to look at us now. We obviously are much better than what we were. Always great to see your smiley face, Dave, especially after a tough day. Oh, thank you, Phil. Always lovely to see you in here too. I love Mikel personally. I think if we stick with him, we'll complete in all levels. Yeah, I think so too. I do think he is the right man for us. I just think it's another question whether we can win something like a title with him or a Champions League. We've seen that we have won an FA Cup with him, so do you feel like we have that right to be, win silverware with him? I just think it takes time, especially, Man City in the mix. Maybe Klopp leaving might make it a little bit easy for us. Will Liverpool have a bit of a downfall? It's going to be interesting how that works out next season. I've seen us win the league a few times, so your turn. Yeah, I've never seen us win the league, but hopefully soon Arsenal we can win the league. It'd be great to see us get that silverware back to the club where it belongs. But yeah, I think this season we can't write a title off. I think everything is going to be important when we play them. Let's just say that for sure. We could, get a good result. We could win there. But I'm going to wrap up the stream now, because it's been a little bit. I've nearly been on 45 minutes. It's been so lovely to chat with all of you. I've really enjoyed this. I'll probably be back I'll come back and chat with you guys in even more depth. I was 20 when we won it. Wow, I wish I was alive then. It would have been so incredible. Thank you, Ryan, for popping in. It was so lovely to see you. And lovely to chat with you all too. I do appreciate you taking time out for your day to chat with me. It means so much to me. So please do subscribe, please do like it. Always leave a comment if you want, and I'll reply to you. And don't forget, if you haven't watched my video of Laura Woods, please do, because it was absolutely incredible to chat with her. But yeah, I love you guys. I will see you all very soon, and yeah, have a lovely evening. Bye.